Hello, everyone. As as all YouTubers like to say, the title of this YouTube video is correct. I am ending Project C. Now, instead of giving you some sort of end of an era generic video with, I don't know, based in false emotion and unsatisfactory reasoning, instead I'm going to quite literally give you all possible information I can about this entire project. I know I kept a lot of information secretive about this project. In this video, you'll know everything. Nothing is secret anymore. The scrapyard is open for all. Once you understand everything, hopefully you'll better understand my decision. Real quick, for those who don't know, Project C is a standalone social media website idea I started developing around a year ago. Its main ambition was to anonymously connect individuals with similar traits based on thousands of questions. These questions would range from philosophy to interests to family to weird hobbies, really anything. The official name of this website, which I actually have not released up to this point, was Nexect.com. In my video called I Am a Nerd, which I uploaded actually exactly 1 year ago, you can see I accidentally forgot to leave out a document labeled Nexect Project. So how did I decide on that name? Well, Nexus in Latin means to connect or to bind together. So to connect, which was the goal of the website, became Nexect. Plus, finding a cheap and available domain name, especially one that's only 6 characters long, is incredibly difficult. So as soon as I thought of it and as soon as I searched it up, I knew it was the one. Here also was Nexect's logo, colors white and green, letter N, with the edges of the letter N connecting from behind, symbolizing, once again, the goal of the website, to connect. By the way, what do you think the C in Project C stands for? Now let's talk about the website's budgeting. In a video I made about 9 months ago, this is what I said. He came over, he informed me that usually projects like these, after going through my specifics, cost $30,000 for a developer to make $20,000. I actually got specific offers for $30,000, over $30,000 when I reached out to people. So yeah, $20,000, $30,000, and more was about the range of prices I was receiving when I was the one reaching out to well-established web developers. However, when I signed up for sites like Upwork or Freelancer, when the developers had to come to me, all of the offers were below $10,000, and actually most of them were below $3,000, and that shift got me kind of excited. After sifting through 50 individual developers' offers, I decided on one who would complete the project for a total of $4,000. We agreed on splitting the payment into 4 different milestones, meaning I would just pay him the $4,000 but in smaller amounts at a time. In total, or before stopping the project, I paid 2 of those milestones, totaling, I think it's $1,750, which was also taxed by Upwork. I had also bought the domain name Nexect.com, and I also paid a graphic design artist to make some art. So, I mean, the total amount of money I spent on this project was around $2,000. That's a lot. But if I did have the chance to take back that money and forget about this project entirely, I would not do it. One, I learned a lot about web development, coding, business. There was also a lot of, I'd say, leadership, and also ways to, or at least coming up with ways to deal with doubt or criticism. Lots of creative writing. So there's that. And the second reason I would not take back this project is because it now kind of serves as the backbone to my future projects. I know now a little bit more about what to do or what not to do when taking on a project of this scale. I also have something to talk about, something to, I don't know, add to my resume, or at least have some sort of tangible proof that I did try doing something different. Now that you have some context, it's time to explain thoroughly why I decided to stop Project C. It's important to note that it wasn't really my choice to stop the project. I waited it out as long as I could, but it became increasingly evident that it wasn't going to work out. There were two main causes that led me to the decision to stop Project C. One, my lack of experience in web development, in coding, in AWS, and all the things that you need in order to be successful when making a website. And cause number two was my limited amount of funding for a project I now realize was incredibly large for its budget. When first starting this project, I didn't see these two factors as absolutely detrimental, but I now realize that they were. Let me play a clip from that same update video we checked out earlier. Realistically, it's probably not going to take off. It's probably not going to work. But there's always one crazy person that has that idea, and there's always that 1% that just you don't know unless you try it. It's a good message, but here's how it went wrong. Sure, we'll say that around 1% of people become successful in their pursuit of crazy ideas. At the same time, we should know that it is their job to do whatever it takes to increase that percentage to, I don't know, 5 or 6%. Instead, because of the causes I mentioned, I think I somehow managed to decrease that potential from like 1% to 0.2. The only experience I had in web development and coding and all that was whatever I learned in AP Computer Science principles and my self-taught basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, of course, I learned a lot more along the way thanks to my kind developer, but if I had known more off the start, I think I would have had a lot more, a clearer image of what I wanted to do, how to explain it, and how it can actually be done. Imagine trying to give instructions in English to, I don't know, someone in Poland, a country where English is popular, but still, you know, that language barrier will cause some problems. That's how I'll explain that. I hope that makes sense. Now moving on to reason two, which was the limited amount of funding, which I think was the larger cause of us not being successful. I find it hard to believe that I didn't see funding as a major issue when I first started working on this project. I probably saw it as some sort of an issue, but chose to ignore it at the time of working on this. I should have known something was wrong when I reach out to developers who all say my website is worth at least $20,000, and then I get offers all below $5,000. It doesn't... I thought it was the power of competition among developers that allowed that price to go down at least fivefold, but to expect the same quality of work from a group of developers trying to fight each other for opportunities to make money was a misguided and blind expectation to have. In my update video, I also said this. For a good, 2-week period, my developer, stopped responding to me, and I got worried. Or, no, I don't think it was 2 weeks. Maybe it was, a week or... around 1 to 2 weeks. He just stopped responding to me, and, this is the guy running this thing, so this is the guy I hired. Finally, he explained to me, he returned after 2 weeks, and he explained to me, and everything is okay. The red flags, as we say, could not have been more obvious. There were several more instances of this exact same thing happening later on, as well as some other minor disputes. This, of course, only resulted in me losing motivation for the project, but every so often I remembered, hey, I'm paying thousands of dollars from this, I gotta keep grinding it out. And this mindset actually led me to some instances of deep stress throughout my junior, or at least the beginning of my junior year. Not the physical, shake type of stress, but more so the casual, but heart-dropping stress, deep, rooted stress, starting from the stomach, which came back every time I even thought of this project. Then on top of this, when my friends or classmates would mention, this project to me after watching my video, of course, and expressing reasonable doubt over it, which, by the way, happened several times every week, or when I saw comments on my videos or Discord messages asking for updates on the project, that had some weird effects on me, and it's absolutely nobody's fault but my own. Project C, or Nexect, for now, will be put on hold, but if I ever get the opportunity to start again, a reasonable opportunity, then I will take it. The importance of logic and practicality was proven. While hope is good, in fact, while hope is necessary, it would be deceitful to say that it is more important than reason. I wasn't willing to take a real, thorough, and genuine look into the practicality of the project because I knew that if I did, it would only discourage me. And that should have been the #1 indicator that this project was not going to work out. In the description of this video, I will include everything I can about Nexect, including the document, the main document I used actually for planning this whole thing. The document includes descriptions, features, wireframes, and more. And everything in red is what I added after the fact, or in advance of making this video. If I'm being entirely honest, I'm glad that this whole project is, in its own way, over. Man, was that thing a killer. Now I have time for other projects. My videos being one, college essays, of course. That's coming up soon. I'm writing a book, too, titled, I think it's going to be titled A Manual to Productive Debate. I also have 2 Discord servers to run, one which is my, main one, and one which is my politics/debate server. While I learned many things from this entire journey, I hope that you also took something away from this video, whatever it may be. Talk to me in the comments if you have any questions. I like responding. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. We got through it. There we go. Yeah, thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for watching.